Hello again and welcome back to me, never mind to anybody else. If you are new around here, then hello, nice to meet you. And if you are amazingly returning after all this fucking time, thank you very, very, very fucking much for coming back. Alright, so it has been a while. It's been a while, you know. I feel like everybody probably does that after they've had a bit of a YouTube break, and it was a very unintentional YouTube break. Today I've got a cup of hot chocolate, so if you fancy getting yourself a wee hot chocolate, a tea, a coffee, a cuppa, whatever the fuck you like, a beer, libation, knock yourself out, I've got hot chocolate, because this is about as festive as I've managed to get this year so far. I do have on some festive candles. One is like winter mint or something, and the other one's evergreen pine, I don't fucking know. And I haven't put any decorations or anything up. If you watched my Christmas vlogs last year, you will know that I like to do it traditionally on the 12th of December. So we've not got anything in the background as yet, and I have not filmed any Christmas content in preparation for this because I didn't know when I was going to come back to YouTube. Also, if the lighting is a bit off, I apologise. It's because it is now 6 o'clock at night in Scotland. It is pitch black. It's pitch black at about 3 o'clock in the day. But also my boiler is broken at the moment. The boiler has been broken for about 3 weeks now. So I do have a little heater at my feet down here, and if you can see the light shining, it's given me a little bit of funny undershine that I'm a bit funny about. Anyway, fuck all that stuff. Where the fuck have I been? Let's answer that question. First of all, if you have clicked this video thinking I'm going to get to see some favourites, I'm going to put a timestamp up here. If that is all the fuck you're interested in, I'll stick it up there. And a word of warning, should have probably told you before now, if you are new, I do love a sweary word. I'm a 30-something lady living in Scotland, and I just let the sweary words roll off my tongue. It just kind of fucking happens. I'm really sorry, there's another one. If you're not into that kind of thing, that's absolutely fine. Please feel free to skedaddle. If you are only here to see the favourites, as I say, timestamp is there. Please skip ahead. But if you're wanting a little catch up and kind of not finding out why I've not been online, but just a little catch up, then stick around. This intro is going to be a little longer than normal. So I did have a discussion with lovely Kelly from Keep Beauty Real. I'm going to put her channel up here because she is amazing, and I have been talking to the beautiful Charisse as well. I'm going to put her channel up here too because I love her, and I became really, really good friends, and I regularly chat to her now via Instagram. And I've kind of chatted to some of them, and I said to Kelly last night, like, I am so out of sorts about getting back onto YouTube. I don't even know where to start. I've not done it for so long. I feel like people are going to be asking questions. People are going to want to know, why did you just stop uploading? What happened? We've not seen you since August, September, I want to say. The last video I put up, obviously I was very much like, where have I been? What's been happening? And I feel like an absolute fucking fraud for the fact that I'm now coming back on to film another video to be like, where have I been? What's been fucking happening? Like, alright, shut up, you're a broken record. But in saying all that, I've decided that I'm not going to go into great detail as to why I took almost 3 months offline. Well, not offline, I've been on Instagram. If you're not already following me on Instagram, fucking go over and do it. I have been on there. I've put up the odd story. Some of the things I'm going to talk about later today you might have already seen me talk about on Instagram, but I haven't been on YouTube. The long and short of it is, I have not been in a mental place to sit down and do videos like this, be kind of upbeat, even though I know I can be a little fucking negative, just the way I am. I like to tell the truth. I like to be honest rather than being super happy clappy guy. You know me, I like to tell you when things are pretty shit. But actually, one of my subscribers, a very long-term subscriber, Anna, reached out to me via Instagram and kind of was like, how are you? I hope everyone's fine. You've been so quiet, blah, blah, blah. And it was so kind of her to do that, but I also have to set boundaries sometimes. And I actually said, it's not that I don't want to let people know, it's not that I don't want to talk about things, but I also kind of come to a point where when I'm going through things, I'm having to deal with them myself in my head, and I'm not ready to talk about them because I am coping with them at that time. And for that reason, I'm not willing to share why I haven't been online for a little while, because I am still dealing with some of that. And as I said, this is the first time I have felt like I'm feeling in a good mood, feeling like I can get on camera and actually converse and have a chat and tell you about things I'm loving at the moment, because for the better part of kind of 8 weeks, I have not been interested at all in really sitting down and doing that. And that's been some personal things that only my family know about and close friends. And some of it is to do with my diabetes, some of it is to do with chronic illness. I have a new pump system on the go at the moment. I have all sorts of new stuff, and I've been at the hospital quite a lot recently. And to be honest with you, I just felt like I didn't have the time to do YouTube and do it the way I like to do it, and to do it the way that I really want to come on and tell you all about the things I'm enjoying or things I think are utter shite, and be upbeat about it to the best of my ability. I thought I would be coming on and I would be feeling forced to put that content out there for you, and I don't feel that's the right way to feel. If you're wanting to put content out, it has to come kind of naturally to you, and I'm only now just starting to feel like I want to sit down and tell people about this stuff again. I want to sit and talk about this stuff. I want to sit and like have a chat about life, Christmas, fucking lifestyle bullshit, as I usually tell you. So for that reason, I'm not going to get into any nitty gritty today, and I'm really sorry if you did click this video to try and find out where have you been, what the fuck's been going on, and you want to know the nitty gritty details. I'm sure one day in the not so near future I will open up and be able to say, look, this is what's been going on. But as it stands at the moment, things are still ongoing. I do have a couple of scans and MRI and stuff next week. I still have stuff ongoing at the moment, so I'm not willing to open that up just yet. And I'm sorry if you were hoping to find that out. I hope you can respect that. I hope you can understand those boundaries. And I do apologise for those of you who've been thinking, where the fuck is she? She used to put out like 2-3 videos a week. Now there's nothing. It's just been absolute stone cold silence for like at least 2 months, pretty much nearly 3 months. We did go to London, we had a wonderful time, and as I say, if you're following me over on Instagram, you would have seen little bits and bobs from that. But even that, I would usually post like an outfit picture a day. I would post like constant updates on stories if we're going away and we're doing a bit of a travel vlog. And I just wasn't in the place to do that. I felt I needed to really concentrate on me and Alan and our time together. And no, it's nothing to do with, oh, he's getting sick of you vlogging all the time, like you've nearly split up. It's nothing to do with that. Me and Alan are absolutely solid. We are very good. He has been a rock throughout the last 3 months. I'm getting a bit emotional now. Breathe in. He's been wonderful. So it's nothing to do with that either. But that wee trip that we had away, I actually did vlog, but I have all of the footage, and I just thought, no, because even in that, I was watching the footage back and I was like, I am not the way I normally am. You can see almost like my brain doing overtime, worrying about things, the cogs are turning. So I hope you understand that. Let's have a little chat about some things that over the last 2 or 3 months I have been constantly reaching for. I have not been doing makeup quite as often, but when I have been, these are the things I've been going to. And I do have an odd couple of little bit of skincare shower bits as well. So let's get into that. So as I always say, if you've got a cuppa, get yourself a snack. I have a French fancy today, and I feel like this is a bit of a top tier snack for a cup of tea. Sometimes I feel like, you know, you just have a biscuit, it's great, grand. This is like a mini cake. I feel like this is a proper treat if you're having a cup of tea or coffee. So the lemon ones are absolutely the best. Strawberry ones, I don't like strawberry flavoured things. The chocolate are okay, but the lemon ones are the best. Alright, so when we did go to London, I took some travel stuff with me that I want to tell you about because I'm almost finished it at the moment. And we stayed in a lovely apartment slash hotel situation. And some of the freebies we got, freebies like the shower stuff, you know, the toiletries that we got, I've kept hold of them since September, because I knew I would want to tell people about this once I actually was back, you know, in a different frame of mind. So I actually have held on to these. I've held on to the littlest bit, and I thought I'll tell people about this when I'm fucking ready. So we went to this beautiful apartment. I will link it down below if I can find the link. I'm sure Alan was the one that booked it. I'm sure it will not be difficult to find. If you're a bit like Ross from Friends and you're like, I'm taking everything with me, I am a little bit like that. But obviously shampoos, conditioners are fair game. But this is from Le Labo. Now, Le Labo I have heard about over the years, lots and lots. The Santal fragrances, is that right? Like Santal 31, fucking super bougie. You can get them on Cult Beauty. They are super bougie, like Byredo for instance, or probably Replica as well. They are in a similar kind of, Byredo's a little bit more expensive, but they are in a similar kind of price range to that. But they are those kind of fragrances that I just fucking adore. So first of all, this is the shower gel. It is, excuse my pronunciation, hinoki and sesame. But it is like this beautiful, like rich, a little bit masculine, a little bit feminine. Like, I know we shouldn't be doing like, you know, things are masculine or feminine. Anybody can wear anything and I'm all for that. But in the traditional sense, it has a bit of more of a masculine scent to it. But I think this is beautiful shower gel. And when I was on Cult Beauty, I think when this goes up it will be December, but I was looking at some of the Black Friday deals and I seen that the shower gel was on Cult Beauty and I was like, oh, that is going on my list to Santa, because people always want to know, what will I get you? But it's kind of the same thing you get every year. When somebody knows you like a certain thing, they buy you that over and over. So I thought this would be a nice one to add in because it is expensive for shower gel. I want to say it's like £22, and who's paying £22 for shower gel when you can buy an Imperial Leather out of Asda for £1? I get it, but for a fancy shower gel, I thought if anybody wants to pick me up anything over Christmas, this is going to be on my Santa list. There also was a shampoo and a conditioner. Sorry, I'm just checking here. I have not used up these yet because if I'm away for a week, I probably only wash my hair twice, if that. But again, has a lovely scent. Would I pay over the odds for the shampoo and conditioner? Probably not, but it was really nice. And I'm going to keep this for travel in future because I enjoyed it. But I wouldn't probably reach out to grab that again over and over just because I don't need really, really expensive shampoo and conditioners. And the last one was body lotion. Again, this was hinoki and avocado oil, but I feel like very similar scent to the shower gel, and it was really nice too. Again though, would I go buying this body lotion or it's body lotion, it's not a butter or anything. Would I go buying this because it's like super duper expensive over the likes of CeraVe or any other kind of just body butter that I might use? Probably not, but the shower gel I have put on Santa's list. Let's move on to skincare. I started to reuse the Beautify Triple Hyaluronic Acid. As you can see here, I've not got through it, but I have used this before. I bought it twice before and I did resubscribe to Beautify, but they have a different system now. If you've seen my old Beautify video, I'm going to pop it up here. If you haven't, then it gives you an idea of lots of different products that I've used from Beautify. I have since used a few more. I also think I've got a few Beautify hauls as well if you're interested. But what I will say is, the new system is so much better than the one I speak about in that overview of Beautify. Now you get charged a set amount a year. It used to be that you would be on a tier system where you pay £10 a month, £20 a month, £50 a month maybe. I'm not sure they ever had that high. I'm not entirely sure. But £10 a month for allowance. Now you just pay a flat fee yearly. So you pay something like £58 for the year, which £58 seems like a lot of money. It is a lot of money. But then all of the limits on what you can buy are gone for the whole year. If you're doing it in the tier system where you're paying £10 a month, then that is £120 a year. So actually the annual system is much, much better. It also means that there's no, I've mentioned before when you're using Beautify, you're kind of like, oh, I want to buy things, but I've got this allowance, I can't add it up to this, I can't add it up to that. And it's a little bit of a pain in the ass. So for that reason, I think the new system is much, much better. I really like this. I did mention before, it is a little bit more expensive than some of the hyaluronic acids I've used in the past. I want to say this kind of comes in hand with that of Glossier. I really enjoy the Super Bounce from Glossier. I always thought it was really nice. I got it as a miniature and then bought it in a full size as well. But again, it is something that's a little bit more expensive than that of maybe the Ordinary for saying sake. But what I will say is that it's just a nicer texture going on the skin, the Glossier one. this is similar to that. It's just a nicer formula. It's just better in the sense that it feels a bit more luxurious when you're putting it on, and it doesn't have any pilling or anything like that. If you've experienced that with the ordinary one before, I've heard a lot of people have, then this one does not do that. So I have to say I am really into this. I did really enjoy it the first time I picked it up, but the reason I wasn't into picking it up again was because of the system that Beautify had for their subscription and the membership and all that kind of thing, and that is now not a problem. Next up, I'm going to speak about a whole load of products from Isntree. I tried this little set, I can't remember, it was maybe on like my massive YESSTYLE haul or something. I'll stick the video up here if I have any cards left at this point, so I think I've said that about a million times. And I bought this, I bought this little set basically, which was all of the hyaluronic acid stuff from Isntree. I took this away to London with me as well, and there is actually some left in some of it because I kept this out because I knew at some point I would want to talk about it. But I probably will take this away if I go anywhere again. Not that that's going to be happening anytime soon with this new South African variant, but we'll see what happens. So I got the hyaluronic acid water essence, and this is like, basically this is the serum version of the hyaluronic acid. You have heard me speak about this, the watery sun gel, a million times. This is my second tube of this, and holding that up to the lights in front of me, it's there. I love this stuff. I think it's wonderful. I will buy it over and over and over. I kind of wish it was stocked somewhere more available than the likes of YESSTYLE or Stylevana, but I will put links down below if you want to purchase it yourself. Again, I have a YESSTYLE code if you want to get some money off, but by all means I do get kicked back, and I need to let you know that that is an affiliate code. But I adore this stuff. I will continue to buy it. I've continued summer, winter, any time of the year. I think this is appropriate for sunscreen, and I feel like even in the winter I've started using a little bit more moisturiser and then my sunscreen because I do have slightly more dry skin. But at the moment this is doing the job itself. This most of the time is enough. Most of the time I don't need to use a moisturiser. This is enough for me and I adore it. As I said, this is like the serum. I really enjoyed this as well. I could kind of go between the two of these or the Glossier. I think all three are really, really nice hyaluronic acid serums, and I really did enjoy this, so I would pick this up in full size if I was gonna kind of pick it up, and I don't know, like I didn't have any of the other two left. The hyaluronic acid Aqua gel cream, again, there's a little bit left in that. I'll probably take it away with me, although I found this wasn't enough for me. I don't know if it's because it's a gel cream it says, but I did not find this was quite enough for my skin. I needed something a little bit more. So I probably wouldn't pick this one up full size for my skin. I'm not saying it's a bad product, but for me, it just wasn't enough. And this one here, the Hyaluronic Acid Toner Plus, I really enjoyed. There's quite a little bit left of this. What I found is, I've spoken about toners before, whether it was the Time Revolution essence, I would say, from Misha, or the Neogen, or the I'm From, any of those essences. I love an essence. And I have to say, this one, more than any of those other ones that I've tried, is one of these ones that is more like, look, can you see it's a thick, I don't know if you've seen that there, probably not. It is a thick, watery gel. It is not just like water. Now, I've mentioned before when I'm talking about any of these essences, they don't feel like water. They look like water in the bottle and you think, have I been fucking swizzed here? But this one particularly is just that little bit more viscose, that little bit thicker. I think there's a little bit more something to it. So again, this is something that I would potentially want to buy in a bigger size. Oh, that'll be Alan. Sorry, Alan came home there and he'd forgot his house keys, so I had to go and let him in the house. Now I've got a glass of water. Anyway, let's move on to kind of what I've been putting on my face over the last few months. I have everything here in a handy dandy little makeup bag. This is from Accessorize. I think I've mentioned it before. I've mentioned it in kind of pack with me hauls, going away place. Not hauls, what do you call them? Pack with me videos. Things when you're going to be travel, trip, getaways, blah, blah, blah. It's from Accessorize and it is still available on Accessorize, but they have all sorts of different little ones as well now, not just this black one. But very, very similar to the Space NK one, and probably, was it Cult Beauty? There was another one that came out and it was super duper expensive. That is only about £16, I want to say. Now, there is a lot of items in here. I'm not going to go through every single one of them. But what I thought I would do is to give you a little heads up on some Vieve items. I picked up some new Vieve stuff. I've been using these now for about 4 to 5 weeks, I want to say, and then I will tell you the kind of other basic stuff that I've just been throwing on my face every single day. Now, Vieve had a little pop-up shop in Glasgow in Princess Square. I went along. I do not have my sweatshirt on. She was selling sweatshirts as well that says Joie de Vive on it, and they are now available online, so you can probably get them all over the world now. I picked up a grey one with black writing on it. It is superb. If I can, I don't know, like I was going to say I'll stick it on, and I'll stick in a little clip here of it on for a medium. The medium is definitely, I could have got a small, but I kind of like the oversized fit of things. I like oversized things, and you can tuck it into jeans and it looks really, really good, or tie it up with a bobble and it looks really good. So I'm a UK size 12 to 14, and I probably could have got a small, but I got the medium and I'm not feeling bad about it being a little bit more oversized. When I was in the shop, Jamie herself was wearing the extra large, I want to say, and it was more like a jumper dress, and she'd belted it as well. It looked really good. So just to give you an idea of sizing, I will try and stick a little photo of me up somewhere wearing one. It might not be the most fancy photo in the world. It's just because it's on the table where I fold up all my washing and I can't be bothered to go and get it. Anyway, so while I was in the Vieve shop, it's so much easier when you actually see things in real life to be like, oh, I need that, rather than when you put things in a basket online and you think, do I really need that? It's going to plan. Rather than when you're online and you put loads of things in your basket and then you think, do I really need that? And you start lifting them back out and you think, I only need these things, I don't need all these things. But in a shop in real life, the cash grab kind of whole thing of it, cash grab's probably not the right term to use, but you know that, like, even when people talk about the Isle of Doom in Sephora, don't they? Even that, when you're in a shop, it's so much easier to pick things up and just poof, you've bought it, rather than online when you kind of mull things over a little bit more. Maybe it's just me, but certainly that's how I get on with things. Anyway, as I was saying, last year I made a video all about Vieve when I picked up some new bits and bobs from them. It was when they launched last November, and there are lots of things in Vieve that I really, really like, and the odd thing that I'm just like a bit hit or miss about. So last year, if you watched my video, you probably heard me speak about the Essentials palette and how I didn't need it, and you know, I don't need that, it's just a neutral palette. I've got loads of things that are like that, so you might be a little shocked to see that I picked up the palette, but I seen it in real life, I touched it, I seen what it was like, and I was like, oh god, yeah, like I do really, really like it. And what I will say is, over the last maybe 4 weeks anyway, I can't remember how long ago it was since I was in the pop-up, I have used this pretty much exclusively. There's been the odd time I've pulled out a Natasha Denona palette, maybe a Nars palette, something to do a little topper. You're not necessarily going to get that. It's very much a neutrals palette, but I use it in conjunction with the other things I have to hand, and it works beautifully. Now this, I would be more than happy to take somewhere with me, and this was the only thing I had. But what I'm meaning is, to get that little bit extra oomph that I sometimes like, that maybe isn't there, but it doesn't mean to say it's not a good palette. Today, everything that I'm talking about is on my face. So the eye look that I've done today is solely by using this palette. I've done like a smoky winged liner, a bit of gold. I think it was this one I used, which is Carrot. Carrot makes it sound like the food carrot, but it's like carrot gold, you get what I mean. I used Lava Rock and I used Goodnight, which is the black one. I think in the inner corner I've used Glimmer, and maybe So Shy I put down as a bit of a base. So I've used like the majority of the palette to create the eye look today, but I could come away with a yellow eye look, I could come away with like mustard eye look, an orange eye look, I could come away with a solely gold eye look, like a really burnished gold one. I done one a few weeks ago on Instagram that was just that kind of grungy gold look, and I came with this palette. I find it so useful, and actually, in hindsight, even though in that video I was like, yeah, don't need it, it is a very, very good palette to have. And I think they had deals on Black Friday, but if you can get it in a deal, get it in a deal. But see, even if you have to pay full price for it, you will not regret buying this palette. It's a beautiful palette, and if you're someone who doesn't like adventurous makeup like myself sometimes, you just like an everyday go-to palette, This is wonderful. It's so good. I might do a full face if you want to see how I've created this look, blah blah blah, with Vieve. If you would like that, then put a little thumbs up down below, let me know. This is the Modern Bronzer. You have seen me speak about this on this channel before, but this is light. This isn't the medium one. So while I was in the Vieve pop-up, I thought I'm gonna get a light one for this time of year, because as I've said before, I am very fair in the winter. But then see, in the summer months, I take a good tan. So I got this one because I thought it was much more suitable for this time of year. What I will say is, it's probably akin, it's kind of somewhere in the middle of the two of them. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I feel like this is a nice pale bronzer I can get away with all year round. And this is kind of somewhere in the middle. What I think I will do in the summer is keep the kind of maybe light one, or maybe light two, I don't know, and pop in the medium one, because that one, no, talk rubbish, the medium two. The medium one was a little orange, the medium two is just right, which is weird because it's the darker one, but it works better on me, and I will mix and match these. I have also said before, the blushes, I wish she would make these interchangeable, because these can be popped out and kind of, you just have to buy the pan, or you can swap in the pans. I love that. The packaging on this is beautiful, so much nicer than that of the blushes. But I always kind of thought, do I want to try a blush when they launched the blushes? These are the Sunset blushes, and Sorbet was always the one that I had my eye on, but never ever took the plunge to buy. And I thought, well, I've seen it in store now, it is absolutely beautiful. It is a kind of pink coral, I would say, and that for this time of year is totally not my bag. It's not the kind of thing I usually go for. That is it on the back of my hand there. Again, the lighting is not fantastic, but what I found with this is that it's almost got a little sheen to it. It's got a little shimmer, a little sparkle. It is not a matte blush, even though when you're putting it on a swatch or on your finger, it's not got an obvious shimmer to it. It's not a matte blush, and I do have that on today as well, and it's probably why I look a little flushed almost, but it is just the most beautiful pop of colour on my skin. It makes me look flush, but it doesn't look out of sorts. I think in the summertime it's going to look beautiful because it's a coral, but in the winter time it just makes me look a little flush, and it's still absolutely stunning, and it's what I've been reaching for pretty much consistently over the last 4 weeks. And finally, when I was in the Vieve pop-up, you know that I have spoken about the Modern Lips, is it Modern Lips? What's it called, sorry? Modern Matte Lipstick. I've spoken about these before. Again, I think the packaging on these for the price and all that kind of thing is very good. That and the bronzer, these packagings are fantastic. The packaging for the palette, the eye palette, is more like the blush, but I don't think for the price of the eye palette it's overpriced, because you're getting 10 pans or whatever it is. They're really big pans, and then you're getting a lot of selection of variation of colours. It's a beautiful colour story, etc. I feel like if the palette was in this packaging, then you would be paying a lot more for it, I'm going to be honest. But it's worth it. Like, not just all about the packaging on these lipsticks. It is a beautiful lipstick. It is, again, what I've got on today, and this is their newest colour. This is Muse. I already own Power Suit. Again, you would have seen that in the other video when I first picked up some stuff from Vieve. And what I'm going to say is that when I went into the pop-up shop, I'm glad I've not picked up any of the other neutrals, any other nude colours. They were either a little too greyish, either a little too kind of pale. They would have made me look a little bit dead. So I think with the nude selection, even though I got the darkest nude colour, it is what suits me best. And then I picked up this, so I'm glad I didn't take the plunge and buy online any of the other nudes, because I don't think I would have been happy with them. Power Suit is definitely the one for me, and this one here is Muse, and it is absolutely exquisite. It is so nice. If you like a red lipstick, need a Christmas lipstick, this is the guy. So let's have a quick chat about some other bits and bobs that are in here that I've been reaching for kind of routinely. Base wise, I have been going to the Beautify All-in-Wonder Illuminating Primer. This is probably what I'll put on most days, because a lot of the time I don't feel the need for a foundation, maybe not even a tinted moisturiser. This is the one I've been going to. As you can see, it's well and truly used. I will pick this up again now that I have the annual subscription. And I was reaching for this one. This is the L'Oreal Skin Paradise. I think it's in a different packet now. I only picked this up this year, but I think it's got a different packaging now. And this is their Tinted Water Cream with SPF of 20. Now, this one is in Fair 03. Fair 03? My eyes, I need to get new glasses. Yeah, Fair 03, I probably need a lighter colour. But at the moment, because I've been wanting to get a bit of colour back in my face, and it's winter, so a lot of the time you're wearing things that's just coming to here, or polo necks or scarves, I have been putting this on, just bringing it down the neck a little bit. It doesn't look too disjointed, but it is a little yellow in my skin, and I probably have sometimes been mixing it with the Beautify or mixing it out with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter as well, so that lightens it up a little bit. But if I was to purchase this again, I would get a lighter colour, but it's still a beautiful, beautiful base for easy kind of just a hint of colour, but got a little bit more coverage than that of the primer. Alright, another blush. So let's talk about a couple of blushes that I've continued to reach for other than the Vieve one, or in conjunction with the Vieve one. This is the Spectrum Pinch Pot, and this one is in Joyful. I have spoke about this for the majority of the year since I bought it. I thought it was great. I got two other colours, one in Playful and one in, oh, I don't remember. One's like a nude, one's like a bright Barbie pink, and this one here is Joyful. And I love these little pinch pots. Again, you probably missed Black Friday, but if you want to stick it on a Santa list, if you're into cream blush, these are so easy to use and so effective. I keep reaching for it. And actually, in conjunction with the Vieve, this is a great colour for a cream and then to put it on top of. And then finally, I got to try some Tower 28 stuff. I wanted to try Tower 28 for ages. And this is their Beach Please Cream Blush in After Hours. And it is a beautiful berry plum red. Now what I will say is, I think I spoke about Beautify had a cream one that was called French Raspberry, maybe about this time last year. It's quite similar to that, but the texture is a little bit different, and I think the payoff of these are really good. It's more like a balm, but that means it leaves a little bit of a sheen on the skin. That's the colour there. It's so beautiful. It's so nice. I did try one of the bronzers from this collection as well. I wasn't blown away by that, but I think it was because it was just not quite the right colour for me, and it had a little bit of a shimmer to it as well. I think if I'd got the right colour and it had the shimmer, it would have been fine, but because it wasn't quite the right colour for me, it didn't work perfectly. Again, with a tan it's fine, but at this time of the year there's no chance I can wear that bronzer. But really like these, and would be intrigued to try other colours in these. Probably will wait to see if there's any colours I really don't own, because as I say, I've got loads of blushes like this. I did not need this colour of blush, but I just love this colour at this time of year. Talking about highlighters, again today I've got the Vieve Skin Dew on the tops of my cheeks, on the tops of my lip, on here, like bridge of my nose. I fucking love it, would absolutely purchase it again. Doesn't matter whether it was in a pop-up shop or not, I would always highly recommend this. I think it's beautiful. But I also purchased, when I was in London, another Dew Wet Balm. And this is from Danessa Myricks. Now, I have the Dew Wet Balm in clear. This one is in holy water. And this one is like one of those kind of pink, iridescent kind of ones. I don't know if you're going to see this on the back of my hand. Putting lots on, so you maybe see it there. It maybe just looks a little silvery. But it definitely has a pink shift to it, and that atop this blush, the whole kind of pink dewy, oh gorgeousness, it is very nice. What I will say is though, this is not the same texture as the clear. The clear is definitely more like an oil come balm. This has a little bit more give, a little bit more stickiness to it. Not stickiness, that sounds like it's tacky, I don't mean it that way. You need to warm this one up a little bit more, that's what I mean. The clear one, you can just rub your fingers in, dot it all over your face, you look glowy, you look beautiful. This, however, is just a little bit more like stiff. That's stiff, that's what I was trying to say, we love it. But I don't love the texture of this one over the clear one. I almost feel like the clear stuff would, if it was mixed in a little bit more, that would maybe make it a little bit more sheer than people would like, and then maybe wouldn't work on different skin tones as well. But for my skin tone, I would like there to be like a slightly slippery version of this, just because the frost one goes on really quite, I need to sheer it out quite a lot, Whereas the clear one, it works instantly. So I'm glad I've got this and I have been enjoying it, but I probably won't pick up one of the coloured ones again. I just prefer the clear. So I've only one mascara to talk about, and then basically everything else is kind of lip stuff, just a couple of lip things. This is the number 7 Full 360 Ultra Mascara. I didn't even think anything special of this, wasn't fussed, didn't give a fuck, honestly. I got this free when I was in Boots and I spent a certain amount of money and they were like, oh, do you want a free mascara? And I was like, yes, fucking yes. I don't even think I was buying cosmetics. I think I was just buying shit for the house. So maybe your CeraVe shit for the house. I don't like buy loads of stuff in Boots for the house, but I think I was in there buying like shampoo, some hair care, maybe like some cotton pads or something like that. And they were like, oh, you get this for free if you've got an Advantage card. And I was like, well, yes, please. And I didn't even care, threw it in my drawer, didn't think anything of it. And then my Lancome, what do you call it, Lash Idol, that dried out. And I thought, right, okay, fine. I'm going to put that on Santa's list. I'm not going to repurchase that by myself. So that is on Santa's list. We shall see if it comes. And I wanted another mascara to use, so I opened this and didn't really think anything of it. Thought I would just give it a try. And it has blown me away. It's so, so good. It's very, very nice. Is it better than the Lancome? No. Lancome is still going to stay on the Santa list. That is for sure. But what I will say is this is really, really good. And I will definitely purchase this again in between picking up my fancy mascaras because it's reasonably priced. It doesn't smudge underneath. It gives lovely full lashes. It has a tendency, like I've had it open for a while now and I feel like it's getting a little clumpy, but initially it wasn't like that. I think it's just because I've had it open for about a month. But it's beautiful. It's so, so nice. It really, really did shock me. So I've never spoke about it before. It was a little what's the word? Unsuspecting product that I got a hold of and thought it was fucking brilliant. So if you want to check that out, I'll put it down below. And then lips wise, the only other couple of bits that I have is this here from Beautify. I can't remember what these are called. They're like the Nars matte crayons, aren't they? And this one here is in Caught Me, and it's just like a nice neutral kind of pink colour. It's not super duper pink, but it's also, I feel like it's more pink than the other one I've got. I think the other one I've got is a little bit more brown. This one is a bit more of a pink undertone, and it's really, really nice as a neutral on my lip. And this one here, this is the no, not Lash Top, you rubbish. Ultra Lips from Glossier, and this one is in Villa. And again, is a neutral kind of colour. It's like an emollient kind of balm version of Cake if you have the Generation G from Glossier, but over any kind of neutral lip. That's it there, and it has like a nice sheen to it. It's gorgeous, and it just takes away that slight dryness that you might get from using a matte lipstick or a kind of liquid lip situation. It's gorgeous. Sometimes I just put on a lip pencil and that over the top, and that is it, neutral. And I think that is it. The only other thing I've got in here is the Beautify Archology Eyebrow Sculpting. I feel like I spoke so much now. I'm just sculpting gel, and what I will say is this is phenomenal for holding the brows up. This is really good for getting that fluffy laminated look. The brush, however, is a little bigger than I would like. I got used to using the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows, which had the tiny, tiny wee skinny brush on it, and this one is just a little fuller than that, but I'm really, really enjoying this too, and probably would pick this up again. But I think guys, that's everything. I think that is my first in a long time, and probably going to be a really long video, update of what I've been reaching for lately, what I've been enjoying. It's nice to be back, and hopefully I will come back with you soon with a Black Friday haul. That is coming shortly, and I would like to put up some festive looks as well. Maybe this one, we'll still see. And some other stuff. I'd put it out on Instagram if anybody wanted to kind of see anything. If nobody does, that's fine, I'll just come up with some shit myself. But I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you all again soon. Thank you if you're back and supporting me, and I really appreciate it. That's wonderful. And I'm kind of sorry I slipped away for a while. I just needed to take some time for me. And I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye.